All right, y'all. So we are back with another video, and your boy is out here in LA for a wedding. So we're going to have to do this the old fashioned way and give it to you with the visuals, baby. But listen, we are back with another video. And some of these topics I actually wanted to talk about yesterday, but because there have been some updates and developments on several of the individuals involved, I felt like we'll cover everything here in this video today. So stick around until the end because we have a lot to talk about. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is Nene Leakes. Okay, so yesterday the news broke that Nene Leakes is actually negotiating the discrimination lawsuit with Bravo, Andy Cohen, and the producers of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. So Page Six is reporting that, she's in talks to potentially settle the discrimination lawsuit that she filed against them outside of court. OK, so apparently an Atlanta judge granted the parties a 45-day extension on Monday until August the 19th after the defendants requested more time to negotiate the dispute, according to court documents. So in a motion filed on June 24th, Cohen, Bravo, and NBC Universal argued that per contract agreements existing between them and Nene, the ongoing disputes are already subject to arbitration in New York. Now, according to legal experts, and this is per Page Six, arbitration is a process in which two parties in a dispute use an independent, impartial third party to settle. The motion also noted, however, that Nene disagrees with the notion of arbitration, but that both parties are in the process of negotiating the issue in an attempt to avoid the time and expense of a motion to compel arbitration through their respective counsel, which means, for me, it sounds like they just don't want to take this to court. And according to Page Six, since both sides agreed that a 45-day extension is appropriate to complete these discussions, the judge granted the deadline extension. So for me, what I'm hearing is, and from my non-legal perspective, but from what I know of litigation, is that this is a way to sort of wrap things up in a private manner so that everybody can move on and they ain't got to hear from Nene Leakes about this issue no more. And I would also assume, reasonably so, that they would want to silence any further discussion on the matter simply because I feel like they, at a certain point in time, probably feel like it would be easier to resolve this matter, in court financially, and then just put it behind everybody and then require silence as it moves on. Okay. I think that probably something similar happened with the Mariah Huq situation, although I don't quite know the specifics of it. All I do know is that Mariah Huq seems very happy with whatever happened in the end of this experience. And so I'm assuming that NBC, Universal, Bravo, Andy Cohen, and True may want to take a similar route. But again, this is all alleged because I don't necessarily know exactly what happened. But based on my knowledge of the entertainment industry, I would assume that this would be the route that they would want to go. So that was what actually popped off yesterday. But what's popping off today is actually a bit more intriguing. So I don't know if you guys remember Tom Arnold. He's best known for playing Arnie Thomas on Roseanne. Well, he was on David Yontef's podcast Behind the Velvet Rope, and he is claiming that Wendy Williams got his talk show with Nene Leakes axed over a purse comment. Yes, we're going to discuss. Now, we had already previously heard that it was Wendy Williams who put the kibosh on Nene Leakes' talk show. But what I did not know at the time, and I don't know if any of you guys knew this, was that it was going to be a male and female led talk show, similar to, I guess, maybe, Regis and Kathy Lee, or Ryan and Kelly Ripa's show, something similar to that. So that was going to be the case. Now, he is claiming that they were supposed to be co-hosting their daytime talk show, and it was going to be coming on after the Wendy Williams show, with Wendy Williams show as the lead-in, and also produced by Detmar Mercury. But Wendy Williams put that thing on pause indefinitely, forever. Okay. Now, apparently he tells them the reason they approached him is because they'd seen him on Wendy, and the goal was for him and Nene to go on right after the Wendy Williams show. And he said, that's great. Let's get together. And then they did. Now, apparently the producers were really, really excited about the project, telling him that they felt like it would be a home run because Wendy was killing it at the time in the ratings. So he says he thought that with somebody like Nene Leakes, how do you go wrong? but he figured out exactly how you go wrong. You make fun of somebody's purse. So apparently, you guys may recall in 2014, Nene Leakes had showed off her custom Hermes Birkin bag covered in hand-painted Nene-isms made famous on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, including sayings like "so nasty and so rude," "bloop," and "close your legs" to married men. So on the Wendy Williams show during a hot question moment, she asked, "What do you think about Nene Leakes defacing her Birkin bag?" Now, Nene responded with a scathing post on her blog. She says, "Wendy, I'm sure people think that I've done something to you. Maybe we had a beef or I slept with your man, but none of that is true. I've actually been nice to you. I gave you a beautiful black $3,200 Celine Phantom bag to celebrate your 500th show, but you haven't spoken of that. But you have chosen to constantly speak negative of me and lie on me. What you need to do is stop spewing hate. When it comes to gossip, you are the lowest of the low. I know you hate because I turned down the chance to come on your talk show, and I am sure you are scared I will take your place. I know you have heard, wink, wink, be scared. I have a clothing line on HSN coming out in a few days, and I know it must be hard for a black woman to support another black woman, but you should try it sometime." So Nene also stated that the bag was painted over to raise money for a worthy charity. And she also said that Wendy didn't mention that to viewers. And she also says, "I don't have one Birkin. I have 5. Now run tell that, wig." Okay. So then apparently Tom Arnold got a call from the producers. And he has said that they had some great meetings. He says that the producer called him and says, "I got some bad news. We can't do the show." So he says, "Why?" And then the producer says, "Because Nene made fun of Wendy Williams' purse." Well, I guess he got that wrong because it was actually the other way around. And then he says, "Well, who would care about somebody making fun of their purse?" And the producer says, "Black women care." Now, black women, let me ask y'all a question. Is that a thing? Is that something that you feel like it's something to go in about? Let me know in the chatterization down below. Anyway, the producer apparently explained to him that it was a very personal thing. So then he says it was a big deal, that the producer says Wendy has the #1 show. What if Roseanne Barr was put in the same position? And so Tom says, well, I guess she probably would be upset about somebody saying something about her purse. So he said for him, it was an eye opener because he was really hoping to dive into that topic on the first episode of their show. But apparently Nene was unwilling to apologize. And he says, the thing about Nene that they liked about her was that she was outspoken like Wendy. Okay. And he also says that he would absolutely try to give the show another go around because he feels like Nene is smart and she has a lot to say. And he says, I don't know how you could do better with a co-host. All right. Now, in terms of how he felt that Wendy Williams felt, he says that he felt like Wendy felt like maybe it was too competitive with Nene, which was fine because everybody's competitive. But he says, I guess the best way to get of your competition is basically to fire them. OK, so Nene Leakes also confirmed that there is truth to the story because she told Page Six that the production company pulled the deal and stopped all communication with her following her response to the Wendy Williams show and Wendy Williams talking about defacing the Birkin bag. She says our deal went dead after that point. And she also felt like, that Wendy was suggesting that she wasn't wealthy enough to deface a purse that can cost upwards of $10,000. OK, so this Birkin bag drama has caused a lot of issues, OK, in the talk show space. And baby, let me tell you something. I had no idea that Tom Arnold was set to be a part of this. Also, too, let me address something real quick, because I know a lot of y'all had comments about, me saying that Wendy Williams looked and sounded good when she was on that TMZ thing. Let me tell you why I said that. Based on what I had been hearing about her, in terms of the comparison to what I heard she was looking and sounding like, she looked and sounded better than what I thought she was going to sound like, period. Okay. So I saw a lot of the comments and stuff like that talking about, and listen, there's obviously something that's going on with her. We're not even going to deny that. We could see that when she was on her show. We knew that Norma was doing a lot of the hard work. But what I chose to do yesterday in my video was to give her some grace, because clearly there is something that is going on. So, you know, I know a lot of y'all was coming in the comments like, how could you not see that there was something wrong? No, I just understand that I'm trying to be sensitive about somebody's health, okay, because that's also a very personal thing. And I didn't really want to go too deep into how she was looking and sounding, because I just felt like I wanted to try my hardest to speak some life into the situation versus talking about what was quite obvious from the video. So forgive me for trying to be positive, but that's just how I try to roll in general in life. So that's really that on that. And that's kind of why I took the stance that I took. And so I felt like I just wanted to give you guys a further explanation on it, because, you know, I try to keep things positive as possible, right? And I also am trying to speak life into something that, you know is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people, specifically as it regards somebody's health. All right. So with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in to another video. We have much more content coming. Even though I'm on vacation, I'm still working. With that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video.